All right, kids. So today I'm going to show you how to play Prosthetic Brain by Logan Whitehurst on guitar. And this is my my most favorite Logan song. And also I had the great honor of getting to play guitar on the recording that's on Goodbye My 4-Track. So I thought it'd be fun to show folks how to play it. So this song has 3 or 4 parts, depending on how you count. And the first part, that's clearly the verse, I'll tell you the chords and then I'll play it once. So it goes D, G, D, G, D, G, E minor, A. So here's how that sounds. I could be a politician, roll my socks up and go fishing, put my money in a box and bury it forever. So that's your first verse. And it does that again, a second time. And then it goes into the next part that maybe is the chorus. It says the title, so it's chorusy. And that part goes D, A, E minor, A. And it does that twice. And that part goes like this. Prosthetic brain, running backwards in the rain, like a train, going back to where it... And here's where it does a tricky thing that's pretty interesting. So up until this part, the song has been clearly in the key of D. And now it does, I would call it a key change. And the chords, the next part are F to C, F to C, F to C, and then F, F sharp, G. So here's how that goes in context. Let's see. Going back to where it came from, empty now and lighter than it once was. A fine analogy. And then back to the verse. Then I'll tell you about the lead guitar. I'll play it on electric guitar that goes during those 2 parts. So during the first one, the prosthetic brain, running backwards in the rain, the electric guitar does this. So the way that works is, this is a little part of a D chord up here. It's played on the 11th fret of the G string, and then the 10th fret of the B string. So you go between those 2 notes. And then you move your 3rd finger, lift up your 3rd finger and put down your 1st finger on the 9th fret. Leave the 2nd finger where it is on the 10th fret of the B string, and just go, so. And then, so that's kind of part of an A chord there. And then the next part is a little part of a G chord that's right up here on the G and B string, both on the 12th fret. You go. So putting that together, what we got so far, it goes. Kind of flubbed that a little bit there. Good enough. And then the last little bit is a little outline of an A chord. It's the D shape of the A chord, slid all the way up here to the 9th fret. So it's 9th fret on E, 10th fret on B, and 9th fret on the G string. So like this. So putting that all together, it sounds like this. It does that twice. And then during the other little part with the key change, it does, like, Logan wanted it to be like some sort of big chords. And so it's a big F like this. So F and C played as bar chords. And when it plays the C, it kind of slides down a little bit. So it's played on a Les Paul with our humbuckers, and it's got a clean sound with like a little bit of tremolo. All right, so that leaves us with the last section, which is the craziest section of the song. This is the part where he says, "This is my synaptic artificiality," and has all those like weird backup vocals doing all sorts of mad things. And this part has a lot of chords. and I will just walk you through them. So the first chord is C minor, then it does B flat, and from here on, if you're a music theory kid, it basically goes kind of around the circle of fourths for a little bit. But if not, don't worry, I'll just tell you the chord names. So it goes C minor, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B, B flat. Here's how that sounds together. It goes, this is my synaptic artificiality, you see. And it does that twice. So during that part, there's kind of an electric guitar that's hitting stabs. So it goes like, this is my synaptic artificiality, you see. This is my synaptic artificiality, you see. Like that. And there is also a acoustic guitar. It's a little bit quiet in the recording, but it does some interesting things because it basically tries to play through all those chords, and that's a lot of chord changes, but starting from a low spot on the neck and going all the way up to a high spot. So just putting them all in order by pitch. So it's a little bit of a workout on your chord shapes. And to tell you the truth, I can barely play it. It's hard to remember because you're just like doing so many chord changes. So I'll give it a shot. It's like this. It starts on C minor. So it goes. No, that was wrong. It's because I didn't have a pick. Here we go. Pretty crazy. So what that is, that's a C minor right here. It's from this C minor shape like that, but just playing the top part of it. And then a B flat right here, which is coming from this B flat shape. And then an E flat, which is coming from this E flat shape. And that's A flat right there, which is kind of like a D shaped chord. And then D flat. And then G flat, a B way up here in the D-shaped chord, and then a B flat, just like that. So that's kind of the whole song, and I'll play a little bit of it from the beginning, so you can kind of get a sense of how all the parts go through. I'll play like 2/3 of it or so. All right, here's how it goes. I could be a politician, roll my socks up and go fishing, put my money in a box and bury it forever. I could be a television, turn me on while you are fishing, listen to the weatherman, learn about the weather. Prosthetic brain, running backwards in the rain like a train, going back to where it came from, empty now and lighter than it once was. A fine analogy, I could be a mastodon, run around with nothing on, living like an icicle, a frozen stick of water. I could be a brontosaurus, much too big to use the doors, making songs and chewing on a frozen stick of water. Prosthetic brain, running backwards in the rain like a train, going back to where it came from, empty now and lighter than it once was. A fine analogy, this is my synaptic artificiality, you see, provided by the ACE Prosthetic Brain Replacement Company. Do, 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 do. prosthetic brain, running backwards in the rain like a train, going back to where it came from, empty now and lighter than it once was. A fine analogy for my prosthetic brain.